Welcome back to our next one in our series of talks that we do. I'm Orville,
I'm Joe.
and today we want to talk about something that we hear all the time, and people all say, oh, it will never happen here. And it will. And there's a lot of statistics out there. That's probably one of the things that I really dislike hearing because it is going to happen. When you read about active shooter incidents in the news, you hear about them on the news, it's not like they're happening in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Detroit. They're happening in small town Texas. They're happening in small town Florida. It's happening in Charleston, South Carolina. So you don't have to live in a major city to think that that's the only place you're gonna experience an active shooter event. And even when it does happen, it's not gonna happen there again. Of all the statistics that have been done on this, no place in school, church, business that has had an active shooter, they've never had a second one. So the fact that it hasn't happened means that
It will. It's just a matter of time.
and it will, because they are looking for that peaceful town where nobody's going to suspect it and security is low. And the bad thing, I think, really about having that attitude is it creates complacency as well.
So in a lot of ways, having active shooter training is like having auto insurance or life insurance. You don't expect it to happen here. You don't want it to happen here. But you have car insurance to protect you in case you have an accident. You have life insurance to protect you in case something happens in your lifetime. And so we have to get out of the mindset of it will never happen here. We have to accept that it is going to happen. It's a matter of time. So let's get the insurance policy in place. In this instance, let's get active shooter training in place so that everybody knows, or everybody's got a really good idea of a plan, so that if it does happen, or when it does happen, and when is probably a better word than if, but when it happens, you know what you're doing. You don't want to be caught off guard.
And that's exactly, the insurance is a great analogy. You think about it this way: you don't buy a car, get into an accident, and then buy your insurance. As soon as you get the car, you have to get insurance before you get into an accident. And so it's the same way with this. If you're waiting to have an active shooter event in your school or your business
or your town,
wherever, and then that's when you think, that's when I'm going to call and get trained, it's too late. You need it beforehand, because what you're being taught, which we'll get into on a different talk, is how to survive that shooting when it does happen. And that is really what the training is all about, and that's what you're trying to achieve. Not having it happen and then saying, oh, well, it happened here, so we're going to go get training. No, you need to get that before it does, because it's like I said before, and I'll repeat myself, but it's worth repeating. This isn't only happening in the big towns. It's happening in small towns all across the United States.
Yeah, who'd have heard of Sandy Hook Elementary School prior to the shooting that happened there?
Right.
I hadn't.
No.
You?
No, Columbine High School had never been, no one had ever heard of it until the shooting happened there, and now everyone knows about it.
Who heard about who knew about the newspaper in Maryland, the Gazette? You know, nobody knew that they existed except for the people that worked there in that area.
Right.
So you can't afford to wait.
So that's it for this one. If you want more information, you can go to www.ronksecurity.solutions.com, or if you have questions or comments, you can also email us at info@ronksecurity.solutions.com.
Have a great day.
Reduce, react, recover.
Awesome sauce.